What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about cinematic sequences, why they're just so darn amazing, and how the heck do you even make one. Let's get into it. Roll the intro. Now for me, cinematic sequences have become a vital part of my daily vlogs. 8 to 9 months ago, I wanted to just basically quit at some point because I was getting bored with daily vlogs. I didn't know what else to do. At the time, I was getting into filmmaking, but I didn't know how to really take a filmmaker's point of view and put it into my vlogs, as I was literally just at the beginning. I was just starting to learn. So I went on YouTube and I started looking for stuff and watching some filmmakers and seeing what they did in their daily vlogs, and I was like, you know what? I'd love to do that, but with my own flair on it, my own style, and have fun with it. So found tutorials, and I learned how to make these sequences, these edits, whatever you want to call them, and they just add so much to my videos. Whether I am at an event and I want to cut the original audio out because the audio absolutely sucked, but the video is amazing, or I want to start off with the beginning of a story before I come in talking about it, just telling with an edit, showing the detail of the area that I'm around, end off the story with an edit, provide a transition point between stories, or a transition point between point A and point B while you're traveling. It can just add so much to your videos. Now, time to jump into actually making one of these awesome sequences. I'm going to show you guys how I film my sequences and talk you through it, all the different types of ways that you can move the camera, and then as soon as we are done with that, we're going to jump right into the editing software. We're going to edit one of these sequences, then we're going to play it on here, show you guys how it came out. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. Jumping into actually filming the sequence right now, it's very important that you have a very steady hand and move the camera as slow as possible to get the best shots. There are many different ways that you move the camera. This is one of my favorites right here, moving it in a circular motion around just one object and focusing on that object. You can also move the camera side to side, up and down, physically move the camera in and out from an object to create like a zoom to make all these different types of amazing shots. And I'm sure there are many other camera movements that I have never tried before that are out there that you can do with these edits right here. I decided to make this actually a fall themed edit, so now that we got everything just about filmed, let's jump right in and edit this. Now jumping into actually editing the cinematic sequence, I've already got all of the clips loaded into the editing software. We're going to be using Sony Movie Studio 14 Platinum Edition. Now there are different ways to edit a cinematic sequence. In any software, it's completely different, from Adobe Premiere Pro to Final Cut to Hit Film to DaVinci Resolve, but this is how to do it in Sony Movie Studio 14. So you're going to drag the first clip down into the timeline, and in Sony Movie Studio, to remove the original audio, which is what you're going to want to do first, you want to left click on the audio track. You're going to click U on your keyboard, and you're going to drag it over so that way it highlights red. Once you get to there, just delete the original audio, and you are set. The next thing on the list is to hit Control on the computer, hold down on that, grab a hold of the end, and drag that over with your mouse until you reach the desired slowness of the shot, or until you get all the way to dragging it out as far as the software will allow you to. Once you've got all of that set, you're going to go into your file browser, into your folder where you keep your music, and you're going to choose a song that you think fits this cinematic sequence the best. Now I've already got a song in mind, and it's this one right here. This is Demon by Quinn XCII, or Quinn 92. You're going to bring that into the editing software, and you're going to just drag this down onto your timeline. Once that's in there and it's completely loaded, you're going to want to find the spot in the song that you think is going to work the best for this sequence to start it off at, so it also has a nice end point as well. With this song, I already know where I like to begin, and that's just about at the beginning, probably about 10 to 15 seconds in. I'll delete the part of the song that I don't need at the beginning, and what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to drag the song all the way to the beginning of the sequence so it'll line up perfectly with the beginning of the clip. Now what I'm going to want to do from here is I'm actually going to want to find a point in the song that I think works perfect for this clip to end and the next clip to transition into. You can do this by editing to the beat of the song, or just the length of the clips, or however you want to work the magic to do the sequence. I usually try to edit to like the downbeat or the upbeat of the song.
Love, so hello,
I like this point right here. I think it's long enough for this clip to play. I am going to trim a little bit of the beginning of the clip off because it does get a little slow there, and I want a little bit more of the end part to actually show. So I can drag a little bit more of that off, and just a tiny bit more, and I think that is actually perfect. And then you got your first clip. Now I'm going to do this with the rest of the clips, and then I will get back to you guys as soon as I'm done with that. Now I've got all of the clips loaded in to the editing software, edited the way that I like. What I'm going to do from here is I'm actually going to chop off the end of the song, and since this sequence and most of my sequences end up playing into the next clip, what will end up happening is the video will change over to a different clip, and the song will continue playing for probably about another 10 to 15 seconds, and it'll slowly fade out. So what I want to do is go till I think I hit an end point and cut it there.
Stay, so why don't you just walk away? Girl, you're deep.
And I like it at that end point right there, so I'll just delete that off, go down, and bring down the gain, or the decibels, whatever you want to call it, drag the fade over so that way it fades out, and you get this.
So why don't you just walk away?
Now that that is done, we're going to move on to the next step, and that is adding the Hollywood black bar. Now there is a way to physically do this in the editing software, but the way that I do it, and I will actually leave a link in the description below for you guys, is I have a plugin that I downloaded. Gotta go into my file folder, into downloads, and what we're going to do is we are going to scroll down to letterbox template 25. As I said, I will leave a link in the description below for you guys to download one of these if you just want the template. So easy to just drag it onto the timeline, and just like that, we drag it out. We've got ourselves Hollywood movie black bars. Now from here, what you're going to want to do is actually color grade the clips all individually based on the lighting that is coming into the shot and based on what you want the shot to look like. Now in here, you don't have any presets in Movie Studio, which kind of sucks, so you play around with the Lumetri color wheels a little bit, you play around with the curves, and there are a few other color plugins that you can play around with that I don't touch really because I haven't learned really how to use them yet, but I usually just play around with the color wheel and the curves. It does take a little bit of time to load the first time that you use it within the software for the day, so, and it also depends on the computer that you're using. But you want to double or triple click on color curves and color corrector. Click OK. What you'll do from here is you'll just drag it until you think it's dark enough, play with it a little bit, and I think that looks pretty good. You'll go into color corrector. I like to use a lot of blues, a lot of yellows, a lot of oranges and greens and stuff like that, or a little bit of purple here and there. Especially when I'm outside, I use the teal, orange, teal look. So in the lows, we're gonna add a little bit of teal. I like to use orange outside in the mids. And again, bear with me a little bit because it is slow changing the color, so there's not a real big difference right away. See how it just pops up out of nowhere? Play with that mid-tone just a tiny bit more. Probably just running very slow. We'll add a little bit of teal in the highlights. See how that turns out once it picks up with the rest of everything. Play with the gain a little bit, play with the gamma a little bit, which in your editing software or whatever you're using probably is labeled as something different. Taking a little bit of time to catch up here. That is exactly what I'm looking for with the shot. I am going to do the rest of these, and then the cinematic sequence will be done, and it should look a little bit something like this.
Love so hollow, it aches, baby. Don't turn around and say what you need to say. I know sometimes it gets there, but I don't wanna escape. Feels like we're falling nowhere, but I'll do whatever it takes. And maybe someday we'll get there. Gone for me to say, but I love you, feel so perfectly. And baby, we're gone.
I really hope that you guys enjoyed that little tutorial right there. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I also want to apologize for not posting as many videos in the last couple of months, just being completely dead on this channel. I've just been really trying to renovate this channel from the bottom all the way up, making it what I want to be. That is a 126 Studios just space. So be expecting brand new covers soon, tutorials about photography, filmmaking, and music. Also, short films, web series, maybe a movie here and there. I don't know yet. The possibilities are endless for this channel. I want to welcome any brand new viewers that are here right now. If you enjoyed this video and you so desire to slap a like on it, head down below and hit that big red subscribe button if you have not already, which I don't understand why you haven't. Turn on those post notifications while you're down there as well, so that way you never miss a brand new video when I upload it to this channel. Plenty more crazy ones coming in the future. That is all I have for you guys today. Remember to stay awesome, keep smiling, you're beautiful. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next week with another brand new video. Peace out, YouTube.